We're going to call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. First item on the agenda, appointment of officers and recording secretary. I would like to make a motion that Jerry Gruitt become the new president of the Porter Police Commission. Can I get a second?
I second.
Seconded. All in favor? Aye.
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 Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Great, sir.
Okay, given that, let's move on. Approval of the minutes.
You gotta vote for.
You gotta do vice president and recording secretary still.
Okay. I will entertain a motion for the vice president's position.
I will nominate this young man right here, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
Call for a vote. No further discussion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Recording secretary.
I'd make a motion that we retain Tammy.
And I'll make that second.
Call for the vote.
Aye.
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 Congratulations.
Tammy.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Congratulations, sir. Now I will switch seats with you, okay? Sorry for the,
What's that?
Oh, there's no towel, never mind.
thanks, Mike.
And I'll call for the approval of the minutes of the meeting of January 20th, 2026.
I'll make a motion that we approve the meetings from January 20th of 2026.
I second that.
Call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Minutes of the meeting of January 20th have been accepted. Monthly reports, Chief.
All right, appreciate you being here tonight. I know it's been a while since we've had a commission meeting. To go over all the stats and reports, we'd be here all night, so I'll just sum it up that our officers have been very busy, but doing a very good job. Highlighting the 4th of July, which just passed recently, went off without a hitch. Our officers, I don't believe handled any significant event for the holiday weekend, and I think that was attributed to being proactive with having the traffic direction set up ahead of time. Our officer Joe Creed kind of manufactured a whole new cone system at 12 and 49, which helped immensely with the flow of traffic and just overall patrol down at the beach and being proactive in the neighborhoods. Myself, I was out for 15 hours that day, went through Porter Cove numerous times, and aside from being pretty packed, everyone was behaving themselves, and it was just a good holiday. That is all that I have for monthly reports.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Any old business?
I have none.
Nothing, Chief? Gentlemen?
No, sir.
Okay. Under new business, we have a job description and review request to hire a full-time police clerk. Chief?
Yes, so this is in anticipation, unfortunately, of the dispatch center being disbanded. I provided a job description for a clerk, a police clerk, and just requesting if you have any questions and or to review that as part of the commission. And then if so, I would like to hire or appoint a full-time police clerk. This would be an internal process. If no one was interested, we would then proceed to an external process. So I am requesting commission approval to move forward with that.
Okay. I got a copy of that. I don't know if you gentlemen did, but I reviewed it and it looks okay to me, so. We're all good.
Yep.
Okay, we'll make a motion to accept the job description and review request to hire a full-time police clerk.
I second.
Call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Chief.
Next up, I have the SOP review and approval for official adoption, requesting council permission, or I'm sorry, commission approval to adopt these if there's no issues with the first batch that was released to you all about a month ago. They've been vetted and edited by the attorney and then myself. This is part of the Lexipol policy manager that we went with this year. And just to bring you in the loop, I've got another batch that the attorney just returned to me the other day, so I'll be pushing those forward. Not asking for those to be approved tonight, obviously, give you gentlemen time to review those and whatnot. But at the next meeting, I would then ask that those be approved and set forth as policy.
Okay, we got copies of that, and I believe we've all reviewed them. Any discussion on those, gentlemen? No?
I'll make the motion that we approve the official adoption of those.
I second it.
Call for the vote?
Aye.
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 Next up, I've got a thank you that I'd like to give to the Duneland Exchange Club. They were trying to get a hold of me for a while. I've been a little bit busy, but Jackie from Porter Bank got a hold of me and invited me to one of their meetings, and they gave the Porter Police Department a $500 donation and they asked what that would go towards, and I immediately said medical supplies. Our officers have been burning through those. So I believe in talking with the deputy chief, most of that is gonna go towards AED pads to replace AEDs. Our officers have been using those a lot recently. In fact, I believe it was the deputy chief that just had a save about 2 weeks ago on 94 from a gentleman suffering a medical emergency.
Outstanding.
So again, thank you to the Duneland Exchange Club for that donation. Next, I'd like to brief the commission on the current SRO implementation with Discovery Charter School. Discovery Charter, or administration for Discovery Charter submitted for a grant, same as the other schools that have SROs, school resource officers. The deadline for us to find out whether or not we I'm sorry, whether or not Discovery Charter School is approved will be September 1st. So we're kind of waiting on pins and needles right now to get a response back. I'm happy to answer any questions, anything really in depth. I would refer you to Deputy Chief Blythe, which you're, feel free to reach out to him at any point. But that's basically where we're at. We're kind of in a holding pattern, waiting to hear back whether or not they got the grant for the SRO. And speaking with the council, they were inquiring at I believe it was the last meeting, on how quickly we would put an officer in there. And being that Discovery is going to be fronting some of the money for the officer position, we would get that person in there as soon as possible. If you don't have any questions on that, that kind of leads into the last section I have here.
Question.
Yes.
How many officers at Porter PD currently have been to SRO school? And do you know when the next one is? So
The deputy chief for sure has been to one. I don't know about the others. I know Nazro just put on a course earlier in July.
Yep.
But I do know, I mean, we're obviously planning in the background as well, and we do know that there's other upcoming courses that we would send that person to. Don't quote me on this, but I believe there was something where they have to attend it within a year. So it's not
Correct.
necessarily prior to them going into the school, but within a year of becoming an SRO, they have to attend that, which we are more than confident we can send an officer to.
perfect.
Good deal.
And that leads into my last one. Being that if this grant goes through, we would be essentially reassigning one of our officers, our current officers, to go over and be an SRO. And then we would need to backfill that position. So again, I stress this is contingent upon the grant being approved, but I'm requesting commission permission to move forward with the hiring of a full-time officer, again, not until the grant would be approved. And all that does is streamline and fast-track that hiring process. What we don't want is to find out in September or in a couple of weeks that the grant is approved, and now we have to wait until the next commission meeting just to get approval to start another process. So With that said, I'm happy to answer any questions, but I am requesting permission to move forward with the hiring process contingent upon the grant being approved.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion if anybody wants to make one for the permission to hire a full-time officer contingent upon the SRO grant being approved.
I'll make the motion.
Seconded.
Call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, chief.
And that is all I have. Thank you very much.
Okay. Public comments. Liaison comments.
I wanted to thank Julian Exchange Club for their donation and thank all of our officers who worked 4th of July weekend and made it run smooth and seamless. So I'm grateful for that.
Outstanding. Yep, thank you. Commission member comments. Member Huckabee.
Yeah, I'd like to make one. I'd like to thank Deputy Chief Blythe for his off-duty assistance to myself and my wife at Home Depot in Valparaiso. It just so happened we ran into each other, and I was standing by this huge Rubbermaid container. It's heavy duty like crazy. It's on wheels. It can be pulled. Anyway, $100 for this thing, but I don't have a truck anymore. Well, I'm standing there next to this, and I look up, and there's Tom and his wife, and I go, "Hey," and he goes, "How you doing?" We're talking for a few minutes. Long story short, he goes, "You buying this thing?" I go, "Yeah, I just gotta get it home, and I don't think it's gonna fit in my Jeep Grand Cherokee." He's like, "We got our truck." So anyway, thanks to Deputy Chief and his wife for taking their time to load my huge container up and drop it off in my driveway. And he said, "Call me when you get home and I'll bring it over." And I'm thinking, I don't want him getting home. And then I said, "Tom, just drop it off in my driveway." And he says, "Aren't you worried about it getting stolen?" I said, I have full faith in our police department." He started laughing. Anyway, I've already thanked him, but I do want to make it official that not only are our guys looking out for our community and our people everywhere, but, just to lend a hand like that was fantastic.
Appreciate that. I'll pass that on to him if he's
Appreciate
not already
it.
watching.
Thank you.
And that's indicative of our officers.
It
I know
is,
they're
it
willing
is.
to help on duty, off duty. I thought it was a nice gesture when, Chief, when you all recognized the young man selling the lemonade. I've seen him out there a few times.
He's doing quite well for himself.
Yes.
Yeah, I might.
Little entrepreneur.
I might be taking on a second job.
But just little things like that. And also for Officer Blythe with the save up on the interstate using the AED.
That as well.
Yeah, and I know we got the safety event coming up at Hawthorne, and we're doing that in conjunction with the fire department this year, from what I understand, so.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I can kind of.
Yeah, if you wanna
comment,
expound on
just
that,
to clear up some confusion. So the past 2 years, we called it Cookout with the Cops. To me, it's been a success. Everybody has fun, and it's almost perfect the size that it is. It's not crazy big, but we do need kind of more helping hands, and we'd like to have some more vehicles and apparatus there. And I know Jay was interested, the fire chief was interested in getting involved. Years ago, there was something called Safety Fest. That was 15 plus years ago. And so this has kind of been redubbed Safety Fest. So anyway, I just wanted to comment on that and clear up some confusion that Cookout with the Cops is now Safety Fest. And so we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be bigger and better this year, so.
Date and time to be announced, we already know, right? It's
Yeah,
gonna be advertised on Facebook, et cetera.
August 8th, I believe, 4 to 8 p.m. If the flyer says something different, then go with what the flyer says. But
Okay.
I believe it's August 8th, 4 to 8.
At Hawthorne Park.
Yep.
Friday, August 7th, 4 to 8
Sorry,
p.m.
see, anyway.
Okay, Friday, August 7th.
And I'm sure that no other officers are gonna volunteer, so I'll probably be in the dunk tank again.
Oh, boy.
Hopefully it's warmer this year.
Maybe our president will volunteer.
There we go.
It could be. All right, Commission Member Harris, any comments?
I just want to thank the police department for everything they do. I know how trying times it was in the summer. Recently, I was still a police officer. The summer, to be honest with you, was bad.
Yeah.
The heat gets to you. It's been really, really hot. I mean, once you get your undershirt wet, people don't understand you're done for the day. You got to change it, and it's miserable. So thanks I can tell your guys, I wish I could see them more. I need to stop in there more and tell them thanks for what they do. The beach is crowded, traffic's terrible. People don't realize how hard it is to direct traffic. It's one of the worst things you can do. You guys have a hard time at the beach, I'm sure,
Absolutely.
every day. So thanks for that. Guys, just be safe.
Pass it on. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Chief, do you want to expound on anything that's going on at the beach this year, or any issues, or?
I feel like the
Good?
new permit setup, not a huge change, but where they can put it on the front or the back window and it's inside as opposed to outside. I don't know if we've taken any calls this year of people peeling stickers off or stealing them. So that's working pretty well. One of the things that I'll highlight is that it never fails. I was down at the beach with my family, so I was off duty, and there was 2 of our officers that were down there for 2-3 hours, and they needed to be because it was a busy, hot weekend. The second they left, I think they got a call. They headed back towards town, and 6 cars from out of state come down the hill and turn in and park into our lot. So it's one of those things where when we're there, it works great, and the second we leave, it looks like we're not doing our job. So, and nothing but flip-flops and swim trunks, I went up and made contact with the people parking in there, had a good conversation with them. They ended up leaving, but it's relentless as far as managing it down there. It's very, very difficult. So I appreciate your comments, and I mean, myself, I would like to thank the officers for what they do. It sounds fun because they're at the beach. I promise you, when you're wearing all this gear and it's 95 degrees, it is not fun at all. So, but yep, thank you for giving me the opportunity to explain that.
Thanks, Chief, appreciate that. Okay, if there's no other comments, I'll make a motion for adjournment.
Second.